eXp revenue share. Today we're going to talk about eXp revenue share and how it works. Before I share with you the eXp revenue share model and how it works, watch the video to the end and I'll share with you my biggest mistake I made with eXp revenue share. Please like, share, and click on the subscribe button below to get instant notifications on valuable videos like the one you're about to watch. Hi, this is Bryan with eXp Realty in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Now I'm going to share with you the eXp revenue share model and how it works, and I'm going to break it down for you right now. I'm going to show you an overlay on the screen, which is what I'm sharing with you. So go ahead and click on the link on the screen to download the info so you can follow along a little easier. Okay, we're going to talk about how you can become an eXp agent. And the only way you can join eXp is you need to have a sponsor. So I'm just going to use myself as that example. And my friend Jeff. Okay, so I sponsored Jeff into eXp in order for him to join. Okay, so how this looks and how this works on this overall picture is I'm the sponsoring agent, I'm the sponsor, and then Jeff's down here, and Jeff is going to be on my tier 1 because he's a personally sponsored agent of mine. Anybody that Jeff may sponsor, here, let's call this guy Steve. He would be down here. And then anybody Steve that, let's call this guy John. And John would be on level 3 to me, but he's on level 2 to Steve, and or level 1 to Steve and level 2 to Jeff. So that's kind of how the levels kind of work out. But I want to show you some examples on how we can actually get compensated and rewarded by eXp. First, I want you to understand too that we have agents that are called frontline agents. That's your frontline agent that you actually sponsor. So Jeff's a frontline agent for me. When he sells one property in a 6-month period, he's a frontline qualifying agent. So there's two differences, and that has a big impact on your on how you can get paid over here. So I want to make sure you understand that. So frontline qualifying agents are real important. They have to sell a property every 6 months. They got in order for them to be a frontline qualifier for you to open up other levels here, and I'm going to explain that right now. So let's go into this. We're going to say this is the sponsor, whoever that is. This is Jeff. Okay, Jeff sells a property, and he gets a commission for $10,000. That's his commission before the 80-20 split. So we're going to figure that out, right? The 80-20. You got an 80-20 split. Oops, 80-20 split. You got $8,000 that goes to the agent, right? You got $2,000 that goes to eXp, okay? Because Jeff closed on a transaction, made $10,000, the company is saying, hey, Bryan, I want to reward you for bringing Jeff to eXp because he's a producing agent. So what they're going to do, they're going to pay me 3.5% of his commission right here, which is $350. On every sale that he makes, I get 3.5% of whatever his commission is. It may not be 10 grand, it could be more, it could be less, but I get 3.5% up until he becomes a capping agent. So when he becomes a capping agent, this 20%, that means he's paid $16,000 into eXp. That's our cap. And if you've done your due diligence and looked at our model, you'll know that we have an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. So at this point, he becomes a capping agent. He's a capping agent once he does this. That is about $2.66 million in sales. Now, some markets you might cap with 1 or 2 homes. Specifically in Colorado Springs market, we say somewhere between 7 and 10, depends upon the average cost of your home. So once he reaches this level, he's a capping agent, and eXp is I'm gonna be maxed at $2,800 on level 1. I'm gonna write that right here, $2,800 per agent. Okay, that's per agent. So the most I can make on Jeff's transactions over a period of 1 year is $2,800. The nice thing about that is every year after his anniversary date, it just starts over. So this whole process starts over. So let me take this a step further, okay? So let's say that Jeff here brings in sponsor Steve. It's his best friend, okay? So Steve comes in. Steve does the same thing. Steve does a house, and we're going to use $10,000 again because it's easy math for me. 10,000, we got an 80-20 split, right? Again, we got 8K going to the agent. We got 2K going to eXp, right? So at this point, Steve is on Jeff's first level. So the company is going to pay Steve, or pay Jeff, excuse me, 3.5% of this number here, which is $350, and he gets that the following month from whenever this transaction took place. Now, Steve's in my organization, but I don't get paid on Steve right now. I don't get any money from Steve at this point. What I need to do, in order to do that, in order for me to get any money from Steve, which I could get up to 4% total, and I'm going to explain expansion share and how that works. Actually, I'm wrong, and I want to explain myself where I'm wrong at. Steve, because of his transaction and $10,000, I get paid 0.2%. So I actually get a check for 20 bucks. Honestly, I get a check for 20 bucks. So that's a step that most agents leave out, and I almost left that out. So I get a check for 20 bucks based upon he's in my level 2, okay? He's in my level 2, so I get 0.2% for that transaction. Now, in order for me to get the full 4% here, which is, I'm going to write this number in here, $3,200, that's what we get paid on a per agent per basis for a capping agent. I'll share that here in a moment. I want to take this out of here, but in order for me to get paid on Steve's stuff, I need to have more agents in here. I've got to have 5 agents. I got to go beyond 4, because if I only have 4, if I only have this one, Jeff, and this one, if these guys are all frontline qualified agents, all selling one property every 6 months, I'm going to get paid on these guys at 3.5%. But in order to unlock level 2, I have to have 5. I got to have 5 agents. So I need this agent 2 to be a frontline qualifying agent. Now, the most I can make on any one of these agents is $2,800 per year. They would be a capping agent again. So at this point, if Steve, I'm going to show you a quick example. At 10,000, we got the 80-20 again. I shouldn't have erased it. We know we got 8K and 2K, right? So at this point, I'm going to make $400. I'm going to make $400 on Steve's sale. Jeff is going to make $350 on that sale, and all that money comes out of this $2,000 that was paid into eXp. So you can see eXp is only getting about $1,650. Well, not even that. As you can see, eXp is getting they're getting the $2,000 less the $350 and $400 here. So that's how that works. In order for me to unlock level 2, now Steve, I can make up to $3,200 a year here. I can make up to $2,800 a year on Jeff. for being a capping agent. That's all they're going to pay you until their anniversary date comes around again, and then the clock starts again, okay? So the same thing, in order for me to unlock level 3, I have to have at least 10 agents. So I want to give you a quick example of that. So we're going to put, there's 3, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say we got all 10 of these guys in here, okay? And all 10 agents are capping agents. Take all this away. And let's say that all those agents are capping agents. So that means each of those guys are worth $2,800 to me per year. So you got $2,800 times 10. That's $28,000 a year in revenue. A second, or maybe a third, I call it the third, it's really not a second, it's really a third income stream, because we all are getting stock as well, so we're stockholders in the company. But I can make up to, on these 10 guys, I can make up to $28,000 in over a period of 1 year. Now, we could take that another level down here. Jeff could do, maybe each of these guys each know, 2, and you could, build this however you want. Not everybody's going to be a capping agent. Not everybody's going to build the business the same. But I just want you to understand how the model works. And then, as you add more people to your top, to your first tier, it unlocks other levels that are deep. So you could have Steve here. You could have Steve. You could have John. You could have Mike. You could have Sarah. You could have all these agents all the way down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fifth level, I'm not going to get paid on level 5. Any business in Sarah or John's, because John's in fourth level. Level 3, where Steve, I'm not getting paid any. Well, it does unlock level 3. Excuse me. So I've got 10, so it unlocks level 3. So anybody that's Steve, if there's any other people that are a level deep below any of these other agents, I would get paid on. At this point, I don't get paid on these other ones until I add additional agents to my groups. I have to have a minimum of here. But once you reach 40, you unlock all 7 levels. And I can tell you, actually I'm going to show you in a calculator. I'm going to jump off this screen and I'm actually going to pull up another screen and I'm going to show you how this kind of works and what type of revenue you could actually make, in case these numbers don't make sense to you. But I really just want you to understand really the first 2 levels and the concept to it on how it works. Your level 1, you get a good capping agent, they're worth $2,800 a year to you. 10 of them's $28,000. That pays for your cap. That gives you a whole bunch of extra marketing money, right? And I'll bet you there's not another brokerage out there that's going to pay you that kind of money and cover your cap. So you got to ask yourself, look at your business model where you're at today and compare it side by side with eXp, and give me a call with my number down below. Give me a call or text me. Let's talk business. Let's find out. Let's plug all your numbers in and let's really crunch everything and dive deep and see if it makes sense for you, if you're interested at all. We have, I work directly with 2 of the top income earners in our company that are the top 2 income earners with this rev share model. And they know how to build this. And I can tell you, if you contact us, we have systems in place. We know how to help you build this. And we know how to help you set you free. What's life going to look like in 2 or 3 or 5 years from now? If you don't do something like this, is the current situation where you're at today, are you going to make any more money? The only way you're going to make any more money where you're at today is you're going to have to sell more real estate, which means you got to do more things every day and every day. And once you quit selling real estate, your income is this. It's 0. With this model, you can have income every month. It's a beautiful thing. So let's jump into that rev share calculator right now, and I'll show you that real quick.
Hey, Bryan Decker here with eXp Realty. I promised I'd share with you the revenue share calculator, maybe give you a little better understanding than the whiteboard presentation that I gave you. So I want to quickly go through this And where I want to start is where we left off on the whiteboard is if you personally brought in 10 agents that were capping agents that sold $2.66 million a year in transactions, they would be considered capping agents. And each one of those agents is worth $2,800 as a capping agent to you over a period of a year. As eXp is paying you 3.5% of their total commissions based upon that $2.66 million. So 10 agents equals $28,000 over here, if you can see that number. When's the last time your broker ever paid you an extra $28,000 for bringing 10 agents, quality agents, to their brokerage? Probably never. Even Keller Williams not rev share, but their profit share model, even if you recruited 10 agents to Keller Williams profit share model, which works just like this, except they work off a profit and we work off a revenue. Revenue is a much better deal because you're getting paid off the top end, not the profits after expenses. So I just want to share with you a quick calculation. So let's say those 10 friends of mine all brought 2 people apiece with them. They knew 2 agents and they brought them aboard with eXp, so we got a total of 20 there, okay? And let's say that those 20 agents all knew 2 people as well, so they all brought 2 people, so that gives us a total of 40, right? So with that being said, my annual income off of those 70 agents is $172,000 a year in residual income. And that's not counting any stock rewards that I would get through eXp. That's not counting any of my normal commissions I would get through eXp, for selling properties, any of that. I mean, if you're a capping agent, you're making between 80 and 90 grand a year. That's what the number is. So add another 80, 90 grand to that, and tell me what your number is. So I want to make this even a little more interesting here. In order to unlock level 7 or tier 7 down here, I'm going to pull my picture out of the way. I'm not sure if it's in your way or not, but in order to unlock level 7, you have to have 40 frontline qualifying agents. Remember FLQA, which was frontline qualifying agents. They all have to sell a house once every 6 months. Okay, so we're going to say that I have 40, rock star agents that are doing $2.66 million a year, and they all brought 2 friends of theirs to eXp. So if they all brought 2, we're going to have 80 people on our second level. Let's say those 80 people knew 2 people apiece. We're going to have 160 people on our third level. And let's say those 160 people knew 2 people. That's going to be 320 people on our fourth level, and so on and so on. This is going to be 640. This is going to be 1,280. This will be 2560 number of agents. Wow, look at that number. It's almost unthinkable, actually. $14,384,000 a year. Break that down per month. My gosh, that's just almost not believable. But I can tell you this, some of the top 2 income earners in our company are doing great numbers like this, believe it or not. So it's possible. And but I'm going to bring this back to reality. Let's talk about a 5-year plan real quick. Let's just talk about a 5-year plan. And let's say that I'm able to put 3 agents in a year over 5 years. 3 agents a year. You should be able to do that just by doing transactions with people. So we got 15 agents here on my. We got 15 agents that I personally brought in because it took me 5 years to do that. You might do it in 3 months, but I'm saying 5 years. Let's just do a 5-year plan. let's say those 15 agents all knew 2. Okay, so then we got 30, right? And let's say that those 30 agents all knew 2 people. So we got 60 here, right? And then we got 120 here because those 60 agents all knew 2 people. And I have 15 agents here, so I get paid down to level 4, or I call it generation, my 4th generation. I get paid down to level 4, and my annual income from those agents is $402,000. And that's not selling a house yet. Pretty amazing. I hope you understand that. I hope that was beneficial. Give me a call, give me a text. Let's talk business and let's evaluate what you got going on. Let's put our model next to yours and compare the numbers, and let's talk about all the other things that we can help you with for training and just lead generation, which we have a fantastic system for that. But give me a call and let's touch base and let's evaluate where you're at today and where you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years. Because think about it. If you continue to do what you're doing, where are you going to be in 3 to 5 years? Don't know. But in order for you to make more money doing what you're doing today, you're going to have to sell more real estate, aren't you? So you should take a look at this model. I think it'll change your life because it's changing agents' lives everywhere. Hope you have a good day. Thanks.
Again, Bryan Decker with eXp Realty here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. eXp revenue share, I hope the model was explained well enough for you to understand it. If you want more information, you can see right here some of my information, or in the box below you can see my contact information as well. Feel free to call or text and let's evaluate your situation, see where you're at in business, put your numbers all together and see how this actually could benefit you, because I know it can. There's nothing like it out there, no other brokerages have this, and it's the best decision I ever made by joining eXp. I'm glad you stayed to the end of the video, and I wanted to share with you my biggest mistake with eXp revenue share. And really, that was just not getting started soon enough and talking to other agents and trying to help change their lives. That's what it's about. And I encourage you to dive deep, check the model out, and evaluate it for yourself. Again, my name is Bryan Decker with eXp Realty here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel and click that icon bell so you get instant notifications on future videos that we're making, that we'll be releasing. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.